Bob, you mentioned Nick Robertson. I wondered if you were part of Leafs management and you're watching that game, what are you thinking with the way he was playing?
Well, I think you're thinking the same thing before the tournament started, that you're very, very happy you got him in the second round and that, he's playing like a first rounder. And obviously, listen, you got to be careful not to put too much overemphasis on the World Junior Championship. We all do. Everybody always does it. And some guys that star at the World Juniors, star in the National Hockey League. And some guys that star at the World Juniors never make an appreciable impact, and vice versa. Some guys that never do anything at the World Juniors and don't even get to the World Juniors end up being NHL superstars and what have you. But the Leafs really like what Robertson's done in Peterborough this year. They think he's got a real good chance to be a good NHL player. Extremely high skill, obviously sub 6 foot, fits the profile of what the Leafs oftentimes look for in the draft. And, he looks like a game breaker. And the best part for the Leafs is the fact that they got him in the second round, and he's got a chip on his shoulder because he went in the second round. It's funny how this chip on the shoulder works. Cole Caulfield has a chip on his shoulder because he thought he should have went higher in the first round than he did mid-round to the Montreal Canadiens. So, he's fueled by that. The same as Alex DeBrincat was fueled by going in the second round to the Chicago Blackhawks. And now Nick Robertson, he's fueled by being a second-round pick when he thinks he should have gone in the first round with Cole Caulfield and those other, sub-6 foot goal-scoring whizzes. And so he was real good yesterday, no doubt about that. And Keith Force on their power play and 5-on-5 on their top line with Pinto and Wallstrom.
Well, what was the reason he slipped? I don't even know if I like using that, but why wasn't he a first-round pick?
I think probably the size has something to do with it, but probably there was an inconsistency there. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but he didn't score as consistently and as on a big a stage as maybe Caulfield did. So, going in the second round is nothing to sneeze at for anybody. Some of the best players, Shea Weber was a second-round pick. There's been all sorts of them that have gone in the second round, and yet, my guess is a little inconsistent and sub 6 foot, and knew that he was an offensive player, but people will always wonder how it'll translate. It is funny though, because I think size is becoming less and less of a discretionary thing for people in the NHL draft. But I guess it still probably exists to some degree, especially when it's coupled with some other element that you wonder about.